at day 3, January 2024. We will kind of have the second part of our conversation. Considering the say as Cognus sense, the first part we kind of integrated the wild data attached, and it's told that one problem was the commercial thing. Sometimes at the state power or instrument that had been created for exclusive users or specific use. And if the legitimacy to do this indeed go by misuse, indeed we have the misuse of all things. Even if you create something proper, will have the not proper use by the intent. The sense of things kind of help a lot. The Cognus, the IBM Cognus, as in the way we have, we organize the data and present some kind of layout or a template or a mainframe, whatever. But you can have more. You can, for instance, if you need a massive data, you can use the quantum research, and will give you kind of charts that are really simple, kind explaining really complex informations that you have. The other thing we will observe is something like this. The idea as Cognus will be, and Cognus as commercial application. The general one was suggested to integrate at the IoT, because every instrument or all instruments available at the planet, if suffer interference, will be kind of replaced by a not authorized collective data. When you had your cloud service, the customers do the download and use the application. The download can be paid or for free, and the use will be kind of I'm not gonna tell you properly, but the use will have the regular flow of the instrument or with problems, kind of having interference. That here you do not have, for instance, the interference as IBM Cognus on your mobile, but the interference at the signal will probably collect the data on your mobile, and if it's a critical data, even do not having the interference at the cloud service, will kind of be will have the sense on it. One more time, the workflow. The customer do the download. The download will be paid or will be for free. The download that I did as application will have the use with interference or without interference. If it has an interference, the very first one will be at the signal. If I use the download to push data and the data is on my mobile, the IBM Cognus can recognize the corrupted process, for instance, at the architecture of communication, and will send a message or an advice to the US defensive system that you will receive this, right? Using instruments available. And this, after receive, will be treated at the US defense for two lines, I would say. The first one, the military defense, the second one, giving a reply to the cloud service, IBM, considering the things we have. We will stop here, this idea. It's the very beginning of the year. The violations of rights and guarantees are kind of crossing all limits because they are not rational, has no excuse, and in general had been made to, kill or destroy. It's totally unfair, and there are no reason to do not apply the consequence against the offender under the regression as financial payroll from institution until checks doing orders that are totally abusive. Right? Have a great weekend, I would say. And the idea is quite simple. The Cognus as defense integrated at IoT, and the Cognus commercial, which will read the failure or interference in the very first moment the signal, then at the mobile, and then at the cloud service. The information is transference. We'll have the transference through the things available to the US defensive system that will receive, treat, share with the architecture of defense combined with, and then we'll reply our feedback. The provider of this cloud service, for instance, as IBM, and we'll have the map, I would say, of areas under interference at the communication and affecting instruments, application, and the storage of data. If you have a critical data on your mobile, and then you will transfer this by the interference, in the very first moment you will kind of have no solution. In the second moment, after the Cognus sense, you have the sense of area doing the interference, the type of interference as signal or application, or a deeper level as instrument, and the embedded architecture of your instrument until the cloud as service. Right? Have a great night and weekend.